what have I been doing? Mental Health Podcast is one of those things I've been doing. I've been doing that to raise awareness. But one of the biggest parts I'm going to show you in a minute is my first piece of artwork. I do artwork as a bit of fun. It's normally a coping mechanism for me. But now what I'm trying to do is I've done loads of artwork over the years. And normally what I end up doing is I give that artwork away because I just make it scratches the itch, so to speak. I get to create something new, so I get the dopamine hit. And then what I ultimately do is give it away to somebody. I go, well, you look like this would be fit up your alley. Would you like this? And 9 times out of 10, they say yes. The odd one will go, no, I don't know what to do with that. It's not for me, which is, everyone's each their own. So I've been creating artwork and I've not been doing anything with it. Whereas what I'm trying to do now is I'm putting it to this cause. So to update you, Mental Health Podcast, go check it out. YouTube, Spotify, also on TikTok as well. And basically James Dean Littlejohn on TikTok. I do shorts, I do all sorts. And basically it's just raising awareness about mental health. It's giving back. It's engaging with the community. What I'm also trying to do is to raise funds. And every time I do a piece of artwork, what I'm now doing is I'm going to sell that artwork and put that artwork directly into my GoFundMe. Hi, everybody, and welcome to... Well, this is normally the Man Cave Chronicles because that's where I am, the Man Cave Chronicles, and that's ultimately is a little bit of a link to what I'm doing to try and manage and update this whole thing to do with the GoFundMe. But really, this is a GoFundMe update, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword for me, really, because I'm coming in from two ways. I didn't really know how to link them, but I wanted to give you an update because the whole purpose of my GoFundMe is to keep you updated, keep you informed. Ultimately, what I'm doing is a plethora of different things to try and generate funds, generate income for the GoFundMe, because it would be really naive of me to assume that the GoFundMe is just going to drive itself and it's just going to come to fruition. And, in an ideal world, in a happy ideal world, I would say I need this and it would all come together. But I appreciate you need to see, a bit of bang for your buck, So here I am to update you. Hopefully you're well. I'm full of vigor. I'm full of spirit today. I'm wearing the Boys Get Sad Too t-shirt because I'm representing Movember. And I think really what that's done is it allowed me, actually, I was reflecting on this because I'd done a podcast yesterday. So just to give you a little bit of an update, what I do is I've got a mental health podcast, which is, as I've already alluded to, the Man Cave Chronicles. And I talk about the general mental health stuff that I encounter on a well, it's a daily basis for me is what I encounter, but I talk about mental health. I talk about my ADHD. I talk about my autism, and I talk about the challenges that life throws at me and how I navigate them and how I learn from them. Because ultimately, life's going to keep chucking things at you. You just need to learn to adapt and overcome, or learn to the point where you don't ever do it again. So it's like one of those things. I ain't going to do that again. I felt really crappy and horrendously awful after doing that, so I'm not going to do that again. So I talk about those challenges that come across everyday life, really, and to be honest, I enjoy talking about them because it helps me inwardly reflect. And also, I'm not just inwardly reflecting, I'm outwardly reflecting because I'm talking about this. So go check it out. It's part of this process. It's something else I'm giving back to the community and the world, really, because I want to talk about the challenges that I face and things that I've learned, things that I've overcome, coping mechanisms that I've installed, everything. So hopefully it will help someone. And if it helps one person, then I've done my job. If it doesn't help anybody, I can tell you now, it certainly helps me because it helps me to talk about the things. It's almost like a free therapy session, although I do pay for therapies. It's kind of a way of me learning, adapting, overcoming, reflecting things I'm learning and chucking things out there. And maybe something will stick. Maybe something resonates with somebody. I don't know, but hopefully it does. So there's a bit of positive. I wanted to update you, really. I was missing the link. I was sat there thinking, right, I've got a GoFundMe. Why have I got a GoFundMe? Well, I've given you a little introduction to myself. The GoFundMe is a dream. It is a dream. I've been talking to people about work about it and stuff, and just kind of explaining my dream. And you know what? It was met with a lot of positivity. A lot of people were like, well, go for it. What have you got to lose? And I haven't got anything to lose. But to tie the link into life, it's really important that I give you updates on things. So go check out the Mental Health Podcast. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. It's the Man Cave Chronicles. go check it out. It's just me talking about the life challenges, but it will link into why I am inherently got this dream. And this dream is to have a GoFundMe to basically fund what I want as a dream job. I'm late in the game, as you say. You know, I'm born in 1981. I'm 44 years old. I'm not going to say young anymore because I'm one bad lift away from being in a wheelchair for the rest of my life because my back is completely shattered. But you know, I say shattered. I've embellished that slightly. It's not. It's a little bit sore, you know, from general wear and tear of life. I've still got loads of gusto left in me. I've still got loads of vigor left in me. And one of the parts is to have this dream. This dream is something that I've mulled over for years. It's something that I've tried. It's something that you know, I've just dreamt of. It's something that has not gone away. It's one of those itches. It's a niggle. It's just sat there going, what are you doing? Why are you enduring life? And it couldn't be any more prevalent than it could be this month. Like I said, boys get sad too. It's Movember this month. So you'll see a lot of men growing moustaches and we all look fucking dodgy. Excuse my French. We all look dodgy. I'm sorry, but we do look dodgy with moustaches. But it's one of those things that if you're doing it for the right reasons, it means something. And every year I've done it. The only reason I haven't done it for the last couple of years is because I have a beard now. And there's absolutely no way, categorically no way, I am shaving this beard off for anybody. So what I do is I give back through my mental health podcast. So that's my way of doing it, day in, day out, weekly, monthly, whatever the drumbeat is for my podcast. I give back to mental health on a permanent basis. But kudos to everybody that's doing the Movember. I've done it for years. I absolutely love it. I normally grow it all the way through November, and then in December I normally dye it some crazy color for Christmas. So I think that, you know, for me, I get a big smile on my face when I see all the guys going around, and I see. It's one of those things that you see a guy with a moustache and you hope to think he's not dodgy, but you look at him and go, he's trying something. He's giving something back. He's giving something back. He's raising awareness, and because we know that's linked to mental health, Men's Mental Health Month, November. It's no different to when you see you know, all the women that they do the running challenge. Forgive me, I don't know what it is, but it's for breast cancer, and they all wear pink. And you know that month, that is when they're raising awareness, they're raising money, and they're doing their bit to try and to get the message out there to all the people, which is inherently what I'm trying to do. So I thought to myself, how do I link this? How do I link getting you updates to what I'm doing on a daily basis? Well, as you can imagine, I have 3 children. I have 3 dogs of my own. You know, I have a wife. I have a house to run. I'm in a high pressure, fast paced job. So juggling life is quite difficult. It can be. But I'm actively trying to make time to update you. So what have I been doing? Mental Health Podcast is one of those things I've been doing. I've been doing that to raise awareness. But one of the biggest parts I'm going to show you in a minute is my first piece of artwork. I do artwork as a bit of fun. It's normally a coping mechanism for me. But now what I'm trying to do is I've done loads of artwork over the years. And normally what I end up doing is I give that artwork away because I just make it scratches the itch, so to speak. I get to create something new, so I get the dopamine hit for the neurodivergency in me. And then what I ultimately do is give it away to somebody. I go, well, you look like this would be fit up your alley. Would you like this? And 9 times out of 10, they say yes. The odd one will go, no, I don't know what to do with that. It's not for me. Which is, you know, everyone's each their own. So I've been creating artwork and I've not been doing anything with it. Whereas what I'm trying to do now is I'm putting to this cause. So to update you, Mental Health Podcast, go check it out. YouTube, Spotify, also on TikTok as well. And basically James Dean Littlejohn on TikTok. I do shorts, I do all sorts. And basically it's just raising awareness about mental health. It's giving back. It's engaging with the community. What I'm also trying to do is to raise funds. And every time I do a piece of artwork, what I'm now doing is I'm going to sell that artwork and put that artwork directly into my GoFundMe. So I can see a way of saving money, because like I said, I'd be naive if I just assumed that it was going to be, you know, given to me on a plate. So here I am. In fact, I'm not. Without further ado, here I go. Bear with me. I'm hoping this reaches. This is. Bear in mind, all I've got at the moment is a frame and a concept, if you like. So what I tend to do, but I'm going to try and talk my way through it to try and give you that little bit of inspiration. See if you see where I'm coming from. So that's all it is. I don't even know whether you can see that because it's probably not gonna. It's not probably not gonna come into focus. Oh, just throw me me mouse. But that there is a huge frame. I've got a frame. Star Wars. There's the biggest clue. Star Wars. So I've had that 3D printed, and I've got a genuine 1980s figurine helmet that's fully working. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm currently drawing a poster for the background. So it's going to be a Luke Skywalker theme. This one. It's going to have a Luke Skywalker poster in the background. I've got two genuine 1990s Luke Skywalker figures. The reason I try to use genuine figures because I think it adds something to it. You get a little bit of nostalgia in it, and you get a little bit of something with the art piece. It tells that story. So I've got the pilot for Luke Skywalker, which goes with the pilot's helmet, and I've got the actual full regalia that he wears. I'll be honest. I'm going to sound ashamed here, and there's probably going to be people this is going to offend some people. But why? You're going to say to myself, why am I doing this? If I'm going to tell you this statement, but I've never seen a Star Wars. I've never seen one. Okay, I'm going to start that now. However, I do know enough about it. I don't know the details of everything, but I know Luke and I know bloody Darth Vader, and I've seen snippets and I've played a couple of computer games, Star Wars computer games, to know enough about it, to know it's a big thing. But which is weird. I've never seen one, but I've created a few art pieces from Star Wars. This is my first Luke Skywalker, so this is going to be unique, and I'm going to you'll see it. I'm going to basically post pictures. I'm going to post updates with this art week, so you can start seeing what I'm doing, and hopefully get a little bit of sort of traffic, if you like, towards it. But my goal is to sell this, and it's weird because I say it's weird. I've never seen one, but I'm creating a Luke Skywalker piece out of genuine parts. And I'm going to have resin in there. There's going to be colors. Honestly, it doesn't do it justice with the beige background at the moment, but bear with me. Okay, you've got to envision it with me. But so that's my start. This is the start. I only started this yesterday. I've got a nice gilded surround on the inside, ready to start. So that's gilded, ready for the resin, ready for the parts to turn up. The parts are in the post, and then the rest of it is just how I manage it. I've got all sorts of stuff that I've created that have given me the ideas. So I'm going to be creating this. So this is my first art piece. I'm hoping to have this ready in the next couple of weeks. I want it sold for Christmas. I'm thinking something Christmassy. The reason I chose Star Wars, and this is the crazy bit because I've never seen it. I know Star Wars is a big hit. I know it's big. It's a big hit, and you find the collector's market is quite big. So I'm trying to appeal to the right people. At the end of the day, the cause for this is to put into my GoFundMe. So it's not to me to make a profit on. So I might as well try and maximize as much as I can. And I know that Star Wars will sell. So for me, that's the driving factor in this one. If there's anything you think that you might want to see as an artwork piece, a piece of artwork created by me, please let me know. Stick something in the comments. Leave a comment on the GoFundMe, and I will do my best to create something. And then we get that little bit of link as well. So, but I'm going to show you the weirdness. I say I'm not a Star Wars fan, but we've started off with this. Hold on, so I'm going to pop this back down. It's the start of it, and then I got up here. This is, and I don't. You can see it. So this is an original, 1995 Star Wars figurine. It's got everything with it. I managed to buy this, and basically the bits weren't there. It didn't have the R2D2. I know the name. It didn't have the pilot, and basically it didn't have the front leg. So what I did was I searched for those pieces on eBay, and I've put it all together. And I now own an original 1995 spaceship. That is called something. I don't know what it's called. That's the weird, but I've got that. That's mental. If I'm going to leave that there, I'm going to leave that to show. It's one of those things I create. I've got lots of nostalgic bits around my man cave that I'll show you throughout this course. But that is just, I wanted that just because I thought that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And also, I got a 1990 Yoda. Can you see that? Look at that. Look, can you see it? Look at that. That's amazing. You know what I mean? But I'm not even interested in it, but it just, as in like, I'm not a collector, but I just think they're really cool. And maybe something I sell. I don't know. Maybe something I make. I don't know. Lots of ideas. I do this a lot. You'll see, this is how random I am. I've got a Spice Girls 2025 1996 album that on a cassette tape that's never been opened. It's still in its original format. So that's the craziness, the stuff I sort of buy. So that's the link. I just wanted to show you really the artwork that I was creating, what I'm in the process of doing, and what I'm trying to do. So I'm just trying to link you into that, and hopefully you'll enjoy the journey as you come along for it. Like I say, my goal really is, it's a dream. It really is a dream, but it makes me smile. It gives me something to focus on as I struggle through. I suppose one of the things, go check out my podcast, because you'll understand a lot about my podcast. If you, listen to the podcast, you'll understand where I'm coming from. Being a neurodivergent in a corporate environment, it is tough. It's really tough. Now, that is the driving factor for me. The reason I like it being tough is because it is driving me to get this dream. So inherently, anything you can donate towards the GoFundMe is greatly appreciated. I really do appreciate it, and it all goes to a good cause, because ultimately this is the journey I want to. I don't know why. I see it all the time. You see it on Facebook, you see it on Reels, you see it on TikTok, you see it everywhere, and you see people just enjoying themselves and just doing what they want to do. And I think to myself, I want to slice that pie. I'm not adverse to hard work, so for me, it comes with the right challenges. It comes with the right challenges with the right result. That's the easiest way to say it. And along the way, I'm going to be creating artwork, which is going to ultimately give back to the community. I've got my podcast. Again, I keep selling that, but please go and check it out and let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's something that resonates with you. Maybe something that I've said that you don't agree with, and we can have an adult conversation about it. I'd love that. But yeah, it's just a little check-in, really, just to see how you are. Thank you for following me. I know I've got a few extra followers, so I just want to say thank you very much for following me. I really do appreciate it. And ultimately, I'm just going to grab something, actually, because 2 seconds. I'm stuck here. Look at me. Threw this on the floor, and I thought to myself, there's nothing I can do without that. So there you go. This is unedited as well, so I'm just going all in. I'm all in, Jim. And it's little things like this. It's little parts of this that I just want to try and show you. So I just wanted to give you a little update. I'm going to do these weekly, actually. So what I do is I do a weekly podcast. I thought to myself, well, I'll do these weekly, because then I can show you the progression of the artwork. I can show you the new things, and I can hopefully keep you engaged. Thank you very much for listening to me. I really do appreciate your time, and I really do appreciate your support. So anything you can gift, donate, or support, even just a supportive message, it really does help. It helps me to keep focused and keep maintained. So thank you very much. Take care, everybody, and I look forward to the next update. Have a good one.